Hello everyone, this is Arika Misha. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. And today's title, The Blessing is on its way. Let me read my notes. Anytime we hear someone say the blessings are on the way, we get excited. We always want to hear about the blessings, but we don't want to hear what we have to go through in order to get the blessings. God said to me, "My child, the blessings are on the way." It gave me such comfort to know that help is on its way. And as God was talking to me about this, I was talking to God, of course, and I was just talking to God about, things that I'm going through, how we do. I always talk to God about what we're going through, And I was just, talking to God and asking God, for strength and comfort and encouragement, going to God for that encouragement that only He can give. It's a comfort that only God can give. Man can't give it. It's a comfort that only God can give. And I was going to God, talking to God about, some things that I'm going through. I've shared a lot of things here on my platform, things that I'm going through, things that I've been through. I share, on my platform, in order, that it may help someone. You never know. Things that we go through, you never know who it may help. You never know who it may help. That's why our experience is the best teacher, so that we can help other people. Anytime we go through something, our own personal spiritual experience can help someone. So I was talking to God, listening, of course, and God was saying to me that the blessing, the help is on its way. God said help is on its way, and a lot of times we feel so like nothing's gonna change, like when are things gonna get better, and God, I've been going through this for a while now, and sometimes we may go through things for a week or a day or 3 months or 6 months. We may go through things for a certain period of time and we start getting disencouraged, but I'm here to tell you, be encouraged. God said to me, the blessing is on its way. And I love sharing my spiritual journey. I really do. I love sharing things that God talks to me about and sharing, that it may help someone. I love doing that, And right when we feel like giving up, right when we feel like nothing's going to change, nothing's going to happen, God comes in and He gives us those encouraging words. And He says to us that help is on its way. God said, be patient. He said, be patient. He said, I'm here. I'm making a way. It may not be the way you want it to be, but I'm making a way. He says, so trust me. Trust me. Trust that I have you. Trust that I will provide for you. Trust that I will protect you. Trust that. And I thank God for that. I thank God for being so encouraging. And in my notes, looking at my notes again, the blessings are on their way because I submitted to God, because of my obedience to God, because I humbled myself, because I built a relationship with God, because I gave my life to God, and because God loves me. And it's like God said to me, you are my child. You are my child, and I love you. And God said, I don't like seeing you without. I don't like seeing you lacking. I don't like seeing you struggling. God doesn't like seeing us going through anything. He doesn't like seeing us struggling. And a lot of times we do things in life that causes us to struggle. We do it to ourselves sometimes. A lot of times. Most of the time, thinking about my life and things that I have done and a lot of situations that I've gotten into, it's because I've gotten myself into those situations. Mostly, yeah, pretty much all of them. Except for the ones that God, put me through to teach me, and situations that I got myself into, and situations that, God used to help teach and show me things and help me learn and spiritually grow. But God was saying to me, hold on. Help is on its way. Hold on. Help is on its way. Be encouraged. God said, be encouraged. I may not come when you want. God say, I'll be on time. But you know what? It's so funny how people say, he may not come when you want, but he'll be there right on time. I have to honestly say that sometimes when, how can I say this? Choose my words carefully, because the internet likes to change your words and misinterpret what you say. We say he may not come when we want, but he'll be there right on time. I can think of some times when God didn't show up when I wanted him to. What I considered to be on time, on my time. God showed up on his time. So, we got to think about that. Just that thought came to me, and I thought about it. We always say, oh, he may not come when you want, but he'll be there right on time. I can think of a lot of things in my life, a lot of situations in my life where I needed God to be there by this time, and God wasn't there by that time. God showed up when he wanted to. And sometimes God didn't even show up. And you know why? Even though he didn't, I knew he could. A lot of times God took me through things, and they were for me to learn. They were for me to experience. There were a lot of things that I got myself into. And a lot of times when we get ourselves in situations, God don't always come rescue us. We got to learn from what we've gotten ourselves into. Of course, God is always with us. Of course. But I can think of times when I said, God, I need this by this time. I need this by this date and time, and da-da-da-da. And God didn't show up at that date and time that I wanted. Sometimes God showed up when he wanted to. And sometimes God didn't even show up in the situation. Even though I know God is always with me. A lot of times God don't show up in our situations. So it's not our time, it's God's time. And that's another thing that I have learned over the years of my life living for God. My time is not his time. I wish I knew. I wish I had the same clock as God. I know that much. That's how I think about it sometimes. God, I sure wish I had that same clock you got, God. So I know when you gonna show up and if you gonna show up. I kind of laugh to myself when I say that to God. God, can I get the same clock you got? So I can be on the same time as you and date and time. And I kind of joke with God about that. But God comes when he wants to. God shows up. We are not on our time. We are on God's time. And the more I embraced that and the more I understood that, things got better. I understood better. And I didn't get angry at God when he didn't show up when I wanted him to. And he showed up when he wanted to. And sometimes not showing up. But I also had to learn, even though God didn't show up, he can. Even though he didn't do it, don't mean he couldn't. Because we know God can do all things. So, even though sometimes God didn't show up, I knew he could if he wanted to. Whether God shows up or not, he's still God. Whether he rescues us or not, he's still God. Just saying. But that's what God was talking to me about. And God was encouraging me. And I'm encouraging you, what God told me. The blessing is on its way. Help is on its way. Be encouraged, Just sharing with you what God was talking to me about. My spiritual journey. I pray that it may help someone and encourage someone. This is Arika Misha. Thank you so much for watching today. Thank you for your love and support. Don't forget to go in the description box. Click on that link to my second channel. Over there, I'm doing hair, makeup, nails, cooking, DIYs, reviews, family vlogs, grocery hauls. It's just my life, my daily life over there. I'm just sharing it with you guys like I'm sharing over here. So if you guys want to see, that part of my life and see what I cook and things that I come up with and DIYs and all the girly stuff I do over there, click on that link in my description box, guys. It will take you right over to my second channel. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, of course, guys, at Arika Misha. Thank you guys so much for your love and support, and God bless.